Okay, so right now we have the tone control system here connected directly to the radio frequency device. There is no central unit involved right now, so this one we are not using. It's direct connection between this and the RF receiver. So here on the screen we can just open the tongue writer program shortcut. A splash screen will appear. This splash screen is about the get word, which is an API that we have to buy a license for if we want to. Right now we just get the splash screen, but everything is working. So we click OK. Right now here we have the image with the device as it is, the mouse area and the keypad area. So I'm holding the device. This part down here is the front, and this part back is the back of the mouse. So we can see that if I circle through the sensors here, I get activation, and the same happens here. But nothing is happening in the interface because we haven't set anything. You can see that there is some sensor flickering. You can adjust all that, remove the flickering by just going to settings, and in settings you got this screen. We will higher the threshold a little bit. We will, just for demonstration purposes, have a higher dwell time of 1 second, 1000 milliseconds, and you have to check that everything has set up, so we can have the layout 2 means that the keyboard is in the front and the mouse is in the back. Layout 1 is vice versa. We have the fuzzy system right now, but you can choose a mouse movement with only 8 sensors, discrete sensors, and no fuzzy or something. We will choose mouse acceleration for the demonstration purposes, and I will show you how this works. So we just click OK now. The settings are fine. The interface is working now, but if it's not working, you can change communication settings through here, communication. So I have this now, it's connected in serial port 11, and I will leave it like that, but otherwise if you have it in another serial port, you change it through here. Another important settings is that filter settings. So I'm running a medium filter of 3, which is a good speed filter I found. The more you have the filter span or the filter window, the more it will filter, but the slower it will be. So I think 3 it's a good span. You can have running mean filters or no filters. I would leave it like that because that's how I found it works the best. So once you have everything working, all you have to do is set the baseline. Now that the baseline is set, it allows activations commands. Right now we are in the keyboard mode. So to demonstrate the keyboard mode, I will just open a notepad window and have it here on the side. And as we are in English characters, I will type in English hello. So first I go through here around, and I can see that I have a feedback of the character that will be currently typed. So I look for the H, and when I get the H, I release it, and the H gets typed. Then I will look for the E. When I see the E, I release it. I'm also using sound feedback, so it sounds click. Then I will look for the L. When I go to the L, I wait for the click and release it. And again. And the O. So I typed hello. To cycle through characters, I will hold it and it will cycle through characters and keep cycling until I release the sensor. So if I miss the character like that, I just have to wait until the next round and release it there. I was supposed to write my name. and then you see that the text prediction system, after the first 1 or 2 letters, it automatically predicts the letter that you want to type. If you go to frames here, you can see the different modalities that you have. We go to the mouse modality, and you can move the mouse around. So the longer I keep the sensor pressed, the faster the mouse will move. So if I want to go left or right, for example, I leave it there, and the longer I keep it pressed, the faster it will move. The same to left. Now, as I'm too high, there is no good communication between this and the system, so I take it down here. Yeah, now there is good communication. Yeah. So I also have implemented the mouse clicks. This is for right click, left click, right click, and middle click. So if I want to go to this window, all I have to do is position there and click. There is no communication again. Now there is. Okay, now I clicked. If I want to hold something, so for example I position myself in one of the files here for example this shortcut. If I want to hold it, then all I have to do is wait for 2 clicks, and then if I move, the click sensor is still being pressed until I click again, and now it's released. There are other frames, like the console frame, where you are positioned there. Let me show you about the frames here. If you click in Edit and allow frame change, you will be able to change frames from the interface. So here it says hold this button to change frame. So I'll just go to the nothing, to the previous menu, which was, well, let's say that we are just in this menu. So I hold this button to change the frame, wait for 4 clicks, and then I am in the frame menu again. So now I can choose, for example, the shortcuts frame. So here, for example, in the mouse mode, we can select this button and hold to change frame. So if we hold this button, let's wait until there is communication with this thingy. Okay, we hold this button and we keep it holded for 4 clicks, and we came to the choose frame menu. So for example, we open the console frame, which is our favorite programs or most used programs. So for example, if we want to open a Word window now, we select Word, and Word is being open. Okay, so we have a Word window. We can type on it whatever we want. I'll do it with the keyboard to demonstrate something. I say this is line 1, this is line 2, there is no line 3, but this is line 4 and is longer. Okay, so what I wanted to demonstrate here, let me do this a bit bigger. Okay, is that we will change to the normal keyboard frame here. So when there is communication with thingy, okay, now. We choose the normal keyboard frame. So here in the Microsoft Word window we have some lines, one line 2, and there is no line 3, and then 4 lines longer. It's just some text I wrote to demonstrate the text buffer capabilities with a new API. So, for example, wherever we position, either with the cursors here, so we move left or we move to the beginning of the sentence, or we move to the other lines. For example, here in the beginning of the sentence, it catches what is here. If we move to the upper line, then it catches that the text buffer is nothing, because nothing is behind the cursor. And if we move to the upper line, then it checks what's behind or in front of the cursor. So if I want to modify whatever is on line 2, for example, I want to type the between is and line, I just position the cursor there. And I will write the word the. As you can see, I only needed 3 clicks and a space to type it, and the interface automatically recognized where was the cursor and inserted the word exactly there. So if I want to modify one line, let's say in here, I want to delete the E and I want to insert a K. So automatically the API recognized what words were behind the cursor, what words is in front of the cursor, and then what letter did I want to type, what it was behind the cursor. So if I move to the longer line, you can see that it will catch the first letters of that sentence and whatever I type. So if I want to do the same and delete the E, I just have to position after the E, delete it, and type a K. So it automatically recognized it. If I go after, there will be a point where my buffer of 32 characters will be full. So I will be starting getting new characters. So now I'm in that point. It starts deleting the first characters and inserting new ones. So if I want to, for example, position after the is, okay, another thing that I wanted to demonstrate here is that it doesn't matter if there is no connection or there is no device, the interface still works. So all I have to do is use the mouse, normal mouse, and click the sensors. So if I want to, I don't know, for example, delete the last no, I just position myself there and I just click the delete. If I want to type whatever, I just have to position myself, and as if the mouse cursor was the activation unit, I type whatever I wanted to type. For example, yes. So you don't need an interface, even if this is disconnected or you don't have any available mousepiece, you can demonstrate it with the use of the mouse. I wanted to show you some games. So if we go to the game menu, with this we can choose, or with the mouse, or with this we can choose the mouse game. So you can see that here in the interface we have the amount of holes that are corresponding to this, and all we have to do is with the hammer try to hit the mole. So we go here, we hit it, we hold it until So the first levels are for training the frontal row. If we go with the plus key in the keyboard, we go one level up. So we train the middle row. And the next level we train the back row. So every 10 hits you automatically advance level, otherwise you can advance with plus and get back levels with minus. You have 5 misses, so if I, for example, position the hammer incorrectly and strike, the miss count will be diminishing. So I hit the mouse, and if I miss, the hit count will be diminishing, and if you advance level by some reason, or by hitting 10 moles, if you advance the level, then the hit count gets to 5, up to 5 again. So for example, here in level 6 we have random moles in all the holes. So we go to hit the mole in the correct hole. Okay, we hit the mole in the correct hole, and when we advance to the next level, for example in level 7, it will go a bit faster. So every 6 levels the training of the rows and columns repeats, and for example in level 12 it will be again random mole appearance, but it will be faster than in level 6. So now in level 7 we have the frontal row again, but the moles are faster. So if you go to a very high level, let's say level 22, then we have very fast moles that are very hard to hit because they move faster. So that was the mole game. We're also using other games, for example for training the mouse area. We use this Born to be Big game. So here in level 1 we can move the mouse, the fish with the mouse. So if you see that the fish is very slow, you just go to settings, for example increase the mouse speed, and then the fish will move faster. You can also shrink or enlarge the interface the size that you want. So here we don't really need much. We don't really need much size. So we put it here and then we unpause it. So here the fish will try to eat smaller fishes and avoid being eaten by bigger fishes. So we're swimming around. And there is no smaller fishes to eat. And there is one, but it's too fast. For smaller fishes, here is one. Yeah. And avoid being eaten. And I lost connection. Here. and the smaller one here. I missed it. Okay, but that was the training with the fishes with this interface. Then we just close it. And another one that I wanted to demonstrate was Tetris. Let me do this bigger. Okay, so we have here, we choose Tetris. And what we do with Tetris, let's go to the original size. Here you can also choose with a view, window size. You can choose the original size, which is medium. And you can choose to play. So here you can navigate left, you can navigate right or left. If you hold it, it will click again. Here, for example, we go navigate right, and you have the down button disabled, so you don't make mistakes, but you can rotate with the up key. So it responds instantly to the presses. So I just have to click once and it instantly responds to what I'm pressing. And this is a very good game for training instant movement. It's a very good game for training the instant movement of the interface. And you don't have a dwell time, so if you want to do it very fast, you can click and click and click and click. So for example, if I want to go very fast to the right, I just click many times. If I want to rotate. So it's also a good game for training the mouse area, but as a navigation tool, not as a mouse mode, but navigation. Another game I wanted to demonstrate is MATLAB games. Let's stop with Flash games and open a MATLAB window. So here with the interface we open a MATLAB window.